Alright, testing my mic. Yep, it's good.
See if this works properly. Should.
Your rolls? Hit plus die, or let's see, dice plus skill. Skill plus damage.
Alright, Temp. Focus.
Hmm.
Yeah, we said that does add into daily AP, right?
Yes.
Right, so that's actually 75 higher.
Oh, nice. And it can also crit, as well as initiative, which is something... Wait, I'm not sure if that's updated. Let me check real quick.
The fuck is going on? Now there's like 3 cars going down that green space.
Got your own personal destruction derby out there, man.
I'm like half waiting for someone to call the cops now, because you're not supposed to drive on that area, unless you're a city worker.
Oh no, it's on there. Dice explosions affect initiative, so we're good. The guy playing the guitar, he's his fingers are getting numb, Max. Needs a break, he needs a beer.
I'm mostly just doing macros now. Once my character sheet's there. I did forget though, there were 2 things I did want to purchase. I easily have the credits for them. It's just combat knives.
Oh, okay.
I figured I might as well have some real weapons, just in case.
Yeah, just in case for some backup. Alright, let me go over your sheet real quick. Oh, neat! I like the image. Oh, you spent quite a bit of upgrades in that suit.
I mean, like, I don't need to actually, like, buy expensive weapons and ammo.
I was gonna say you didn't have to buy a weapon and ammo, so.
Yeah. Well, that'll definitely be useful. Maybe you should put a star next to that grab plate too, just so that we don't ever get it confused like it's on your person. I don't think we will, but just a note.
Okay.
Didn't buy extra batteries for it, huh?
I did. Clearly extra batteries.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. I was just figuring you'd upgrade the battery that it had.
I do that when I can have extra batteries that go towards my suit as well.
Mm-hmm. Nope, I definitely see the smartness in that. Nice Battle Mage, career spec. Forgot, what were the specs for Battle Mage? Or the prereqs?
Focus 4.
Okay,
Oh, and mastery and a magic.
got it.
Clear it.
Mag 3. Oh, picking up the strategy, I see. He wants to see my sheets.
Yeah, if I end up mastering it. I didn't realize you'd changed tier 3 of it so that like completing player goals as a group gets you an extra SP.
Yeah, we added that because we wanted to give more incentive to, you know, group-based play and group-based player-made goals. Instead of, you know, you don't get experience through murder hoboing, so we figured since you don't get experience for killing shit, let's give you more experience possibility for completing out objectives.
Ah man, just wait until I tell the other group this Tuesday, because apparently we will be playing that day. Someone's gonna pick it up for sure. Like they love milking XP as much as they can.
Can we make one of our player objectives murder Hellboy?
No. And that's a GM call. Now, do realize that it's only the person with level 3 strategy that gets the extra skill point. I had somebody tell me, they're like, but it just says gain 1 skill point for the group.
Yeah, I wasn't 100% certain on it, but I figured that's where you're going to begin with.
Yeah, and maybe I should just specify that, but it's for the person that has the skill. But the nice thing is that if Ica completes one of his goals, you get a skill point.
Ah man. Now I feel like I think the next time I make a character at the other group, are gonna have strat 3, not really tell anyone about it, but just encourage them to make a ton of player goals, regardless of how stupid they are, and just start raking in SP gradually.
Works for me. Alright. Oh, he picked up strength 3, nice. Extra carry weight, I assume, really?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The armor reduction and bonus damage also help.
That is true. Yeah, because you are going melee, so. Picked up a little bit of fort, a little bit of athletics. Yeah, nice build, man. You're skilled into wildling, so at least you can tap in there for a little bit of extra healing.
Yeah, I thought of that too. I was like, oh wait, no one's probably gonna go meta because this is the two of us. We could pay for one, but even still, I was like, fuck it. I'll just budget in wildling with 1 point.
Well, you know what's cool about that too? Since you're a battle mage, your focus kind of picks up your lack in wilding.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's good. You can do most of the healing spells.
That battle mage, so fucking useful.
Yeah, it's pretty goddamn good. Doug thought it was garbage, and I'm like, wait, what? He's like, nobody will pick it up. Nobody will pick it up.
Like, melee, okay, like going melee pyro, like, you basically want to pick that up. Just had to close my window. That rain was getting a little loud.
All them spiders.
It was hitting something metal.
Yeah, those are 2 really good solid builds. They'll mesh well with each other. Somebody close combat, somebody long range, well, medium range. It's useful. Alright, I'm gonna archive you guys' characters. Are you good or ready for me to do that yet, Max? I'm still pulling stuff off it.
Oh, the old ones? You could take the old one away.
Alright, done and done. The Intel Quest group loot, those handouts have been cleared, so you can update those as you see fit.
Should have figured out characters yesterday.
I'm gonna get a drink real quick.
Okay.
And cookies.
What?
At this point, I want to get food. It's already 2.
Bring your food up to where you are and eat while you play.
Fine. I gotta go get it, though. Ah, shit, what am I gonna have, though? I just realized I'm out of sandwich meats, so... Yeah, I'll be right back.
Have your mom cook you up a steak.
Yes, at 2:20 in the morning, I'm definitely gonna wake her up.
She knows her role.
She also knows her rights of kicking us out of the house.
Ah, good point. Good point.
Alright, be right back.
Alright.
I'm back.
Alright, Max is making some food real quick, and then he's gonna be back, and then we will go. Alright, I'm just checking these things.
The jukebox is fucking fuming. He's like, who keeps requesting this damn song?
You're like, swipe, swipe. God damn it, it's the same one over and over. Oh, that was loud. Not the one I meant to type.
My only realistic option was to make frozen pizzas. So I gotta
Yum!
heat in the oven right now. That should take about 10 minutes.
Alright.
You know, one frozen pizza type that's surprisingly good are the like it's called Totino's or whatever, the little party pizzas.
Oh yeah, the wife actually got some of those, and I have to agree, they're pretty damn tasty.
I mean, considering they cost like $1.50 or some shit.
Yeah. She likes them in the oven, but I gotta say, it's just the white trash in me, but I like them microwaved.
Never tried it microwaved, but I usually find like microwaving stuff like that makes it more mushy.
Yeah, mine.
I like stick it in the oven right on the rack. It turns out nice and crispy.
And that's the thing, is like I like my pizza, I like it to bend almost in a fucking 180 degrees, just a complete vertical. I don't want any structure in the son of a bitch.
That and Tombstone pizzas are really good. Like serving suggestion, 4 people. It's like, no,
Mm.
no, one me. Maybe 4 Maxors, but
While we're waiting for Max, I'm just gonna populate a few things, and then when he gets...
Oh, you can start doing things. I was just saying how, like, in 10 minutes, I'm gonna have to go down there,
Oh!
pop them in, and then, like, I'll come back for a few minutes, because they'll take, like, 12 minutes to cook.
Understood.
oh man, Maxor, we can cheat by watching Temp's screen or his stream.
Oh, you son of a bitch! Don't do it! I forgot about that!
I'll close it.
You cheaters.
Your bot's talking to me.
Yeah, it is. It's friendly.
Okay, so when attacking and doing your hit, it's your... Usually just, what, dice plus skill plus
Any
any modifier on weapons, right?
yeah, any other extenuating modifiers, so the hit table, the weapon, whatever else I've applied, morale, fatigue, etc., etc. But it's, yeah, typically it's just dice plus skill and then whatever else is currently affected.
And in macros, to do mods as a question, that's usually like plus then question mark, right? And then, curly braces.
Believe so. Let me check. Yeah, it's a plus sign. It's the curly brace, plus sign, question mark, and then the reverse curly brace for anything else you're gonna add. Like you separate it that way.
Yeah.
Let's see if this works.
If you want it to direct to something, then use at.
Yeah, that I already knew. Just couldn't remember what the symbol was for question.
The fuck say you? 765?
I just threw in
Oh,
numbers.
okay. I was like, what?
No, Tim. I'm not hitting those numbers just yet.
I mean, we did the numbers, we did the math. I know you can, but not yet.
Yeah, keyword there, yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, well then, since you're pretty much done, Max, let's get this rocking and rolling. Turn my flamingo guy down a little bit. It's going a little nuts. So you guys walk back into your awesome tavern called the Booty Swank. It's not the best name, but Seamus didn't name it. He just bought it. It already had a following. As you can see, as you walk into the bar, there's a number of questionable people inside. The music that you hear playing currently is being done by a shabby man inside of in a box. It's got many instruments inside. Going to town on it though. Definitely enjoys his job, playing it pretty strong. You guys just got back from a mission that was pretty easy. You guys just completed your 9th Christmas tree hunt, since it's kind of in the December, and you guys found a tree for somebody that they wanted the perfect tree. Angles included, certain branch density. You found it for him. You got paid pretty handsomely. It's reflected in whatever money you guys have currently left. Seamus greets you at the bar and he kind of looks off to the side, nods his head slightly. Hey, welcome back there, you guys. You successful then?
You know it.
Yeah, that's good, that's good. He says, well, as per the norm. And he kind of like points at the seats in front of him. He taps his feet.
Go and sit down.
Same.
Guys sit down on the squeaky benches in front of Seamus as he kind of wipes the table in front of you. Swings an unmarked bottle, puts 2 glasses down front, pours, or sorry, 3 glasses down front, pours himself one and you two one. Says, cheers to a well job done. Slams it down.
Cheers. Take a drink.
Same.
It's gonna require a fortitude check on both of your guys' counts.
I failed.
Oh yeah. So that's actually not the right one. I gotta rearrange these things at the bottom here.
Ooh. Damn, you roll 20. Don't make me break out the real dice.
There we go. And train check is what I needed. Alright, 13. So Ika like coughs and spits it up, and it just covers Seamus and his face and his garb. And Maxwell, you're actually able to take it, and you get a fatigue bonus, not a fatigue bonus, but morale bonus of plus 10 until the next time you sleep.
Yay.
Seamus says, hey, it's a little rough. Well, he whips out this tablet, puts it in front of you guys. He says, for the contract, let's get this out of the way. We'll talk about what's up next. Puts puts his hand on it, unlocks. You can see like a number of signal or like scrolling numbers, and things happen. 2 handprints come up on the tablet. Waiting. He's basically waiting for you guys to put your hands on the tablet.
I do it.
Same.
Unlocks, gives the green light, shows get backers, your guys' profile, your current like debt to the place that, or your guys' business, to Seamus. You see that it's paid 0.01% for this for this job. He says, you can't win them all. He signs off on it. You guys sign off on it. Puts it away. He says, fantastic. Well, I got another one on the line for you, but it's going to take a little bit to get it ready. He says, why don't you just kind of hang out and go do something? Come back in about an hour.
Alright.
So, it's a 2-level bar. You see a bunch of just things that you guys have gotten over the years and put up. Seamus has brought stuff with him. A few unsavory characters, but also some characters that you guys have seen in here before. You know them by name. But there's a gentleman over in the corner that has been staring at you guys this entire time since you walked in. A gentleman of portly status, smoking a cigar. Looks like he has many augmentations on his body. Dressed regally, and now I can actually show him to you.
Augmentations.
Yes. Looks like that guy. Sitting over in the corner. So what do you guys like to do?
Say, hey, I got some weird fancy guy staring at us.
I noticed. Wonder what he wants.
You wonder. He does just keep staring, taking a slow puff of smoke every now and then.
Only one way to find out. I approach him, as I know have to go AFK to check the oven.
Alright. You can still take effect inside here if you wanted to do anything. Or you can go chat to said unknown.
Since Max was going over there too, I'll wait for him to come back.
Okay. Make sure I have all this guy's stuff ready.
So if I watched your stream to see what you're doing, would that be considered stream sniping?
Yes. I can do things on the side monitors, but I can't actually do anything like in the game, like when I switch and add tokens and I change layers or I fuck with the dynamic lighting and stuff like that. You'd be able to see all of it. I don't really know how to do that other than open up 2 instances and then join as like a player. Because then you'd only see what the players see, and then I could do all my GMRE behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's true.
So I might do. Just try it out, see how it works. But I think it would be fun just to tape our exploits too, because we generally have a pretty good time when we RP. How is the stream quality anyways? Actually look at it yet.
I closed it, but it looked fine.
Alright. Nice. Alright, so you both have decided to walk over to this intriguing fellow. He kind of looks at you guys up and down as you approach. Takes a long puff of his cigar. Blows a giant, billowing mushroom smoke cloud in your face, Maxor. Not like right in your face, but just like your general direction as it kind of rolls slowly towards you.
Sort of just wave my hand back and forth, sort of disperse it a bit.
He gives a light chuckle. Come, sit down. Have a smoke with me.
Oh, I'll sit down at least.
Sit down on the bench, like opposite of him.
Sure.
All right. What strategy level do you have again?
3. Yeah, Tim. What's my opponent's relative strength?
Let's see. Evaluate the strength, and then you get the planning bonus. Oh, you get to know weak spots too.
Yeah, that's what I do. What's the weak spot?
Yeah,
I need to know physically and mentally.
His simultaneous strength and weak spots are his cybernetic implants. However many of those may be is unknown to you. You're not high enough strategist. You feel that you would be at a dire disadvantage to engage him in combat.
Okay.
You personally. So he grabs a drink, sips it back, looks at you, Ica, and he says, "Feel free to sit down. I may have something of interest to you too."
I'll take a seat as well. What might this thing of interest be?
Says, "First, let's introduce ourselves, so I know who I'm talking to." He points, he brushes his cigar towards you, Maxor. Go ahead and describe yourself and your motives, your personality, I guess.
Let's say, hi, I'm Maxor. I haven't thought of a personality for this character, and I can't describe myself very well, Temp. I hate it when you do these moments.
You can just say, "Hi, I'm Maxor." You can develop your...
Hi, I'm Aiku, and I'm alcoholic.
And I've been 1 day sober. He says, I go by Mr. Nine. He is a well-groomed man with one opalescent eye and a cybernetic implant for the other. He wears black pants, and actually, give me an intelligence checks from either of you guys. All right. Good roll, Max.
At least you hit positive.
Yeah. You can tell that the well-maintained tunic that he has on is called a frontliner's tunic. Holds some significance because that means he's on the military arm of the area that you guys are in, which is Vector. The city is called Vector. So he plays some sort of role with that. Only people in charge of men generally have frontliner tunics. He also has a very sophisticated cybernetic arm that he's winging around a cigar with. He has this keen of greed and power about him. So, he introduces himself. I'm Mr. Nine. He says, I hear you guys can get things, hard as they may be. Is this true?
You heard right.
Kind of taps.
As long as the mission isn't a death sentence, so I somewhat laugh about it.
He quickly puts his hand in the air and motions that, no, that's not how. This is easy work for you for what I've heard about your guys' exploits. He says, I'm looking for a team, somebody that can keep a low profile, somebodies that look like the general people about here. And he kind of like waves his hand arrogantly, like a royal would. You know, common folk. To be able to go into a sensitive area and procure something that is mine. Does it sound like something you guys could do for me?
As long as the pay is right.
He gives a slight inaudible chuckle as he pulls like a data crystal out of his front tunic, types a couple of numbers in, passes it off to you, Aika.
I take a look at it.
The sum is a 1 followed by 6 zeros. Says, will that suffice?
I'll lean over and show it to Maxor.
Yeah, that'll suffice.
Great! Well, this has been fantastic, gentlemen. I will have my people talk to your people. He like leans forward to you, Maxor, and like grabs your hand and he shakes it with the his other hand. You can tell like actually give me a Magus roll.
I can have my focus right.
I mean, I whiffed, so you could literally roll anything other than another whiff. Pretty close.
You almost whiffed it, yeah.
Yeah.
God damn. Don't test me. Like I have dice.
Immediately once he gets within like, you know, not melee range, but closer to you, you're very close proximity. You can tell this guy is just loaded with enchantments. You can just feel the bristling magics around him. He says it's a pleasure to meet you, and he like just stares at you. He gets up, he walks over to Yueka and shakes your hand. He says, "Can't wait to get this venture underway." And he kind of like bows to both of you, walks over to Seamus, shakes his hand, drops something off, and puts a cigar out, and then walks out.
Well, that was strange, but not unwanted.
Yes, this could be very profitable.
A lot of credits. Considering your Christmas tree only netted you guys about 2,000.
Fucking Christmas trees. Sick of this shit.
Guy over at the table, further away from you guys, kind of was watching the exchange while this was going on. He like bunts one of his buddies in the side. You can see them talking. At the same time, Seamus also kind of waves to you guys to come over to the desk, or to the bar.
Go over and talk to Seamus.
Okay. You guys sit down, and he's like, "Well, how was Mr. Nine?"
Interesting, to say the least.
He is. Aye. He kind of gives himself a little chuckle. He goes, "Well, he wants to hire ye, so what you guys think?"
Well, given the situation we're in, I'd say we'll definitely accept his job.
Fantastic. He lays down the tablet, puts his hand on it, unlocks. You can see the clear line of text of the contract, blah, 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 keep it confidential, or the death squads will come find you and kill your entire family, and blah, 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 blah. You know, typical shit. Seamus signs it, turns it over to you guys. You see the same 2 handprints.
Put my hand on it.
Place the hand on the thing.
Awesome. So you guys are signed in. You guys have accepted the job. You guys immediately get 50% up front. So 250,000 credits are both deposited into your guys' accounts. And now there's a debriefing. You can read it here, or you can go upstairs to your guys' room, which you guys have.
We'll go up to our room and read it there.
Seamus slides the bottle that almost put Ika on his ass over to you two. Says, "Get to reading." Alright, as you guys go near, or, to the steps, a pretty brawny guy steps up. He goes, "Oi! Who the fuck was that? It looked like he got lots of shinies on him and money." He's, like, pushing into your chest, Tactica.
What does this guy look like?
He's a pretty big brawler-looking dude. He's got his two buddies at the table. They haven't stood up, but he kind of, like, stood up in your path as you guys are walking to the stairway. And, 6'6", definitely a big build. No weapons of visibility. Definitely he's got scars. Looks pretty much like a day laborer.
AFK.
Okay. Goes, "Oi, you deaf?"
He's somebody that doesn't concern you.
Oh, you hear that, boys? Nobody concerns me. He kind of like chuckles again, gives you a nice hard shove. This one actually pushes you back about 2 feet. He goes, "How about you tell me what's up, and then I'll decide if it's pertinent." He like goes to reach for the tablet that you guys are about to read.
So you're really trying to start trouble in here?
He reaches for the tablet. You can make a dodge if you like. You're gonna have to beat a 41 to dodge it.
What do I just use my acrobatics?
Yeah. Nice. You nimbly jump out of the way and kind of do like a somersault, not somersault, but like a twist as he like really reaches for it, kind of missteps, falls to the knee, and you can hear like a decent like crunch as he fell like right on the edge of a table, or the leg of a table, and he falls over, starts screaming, "Oi, my knee! Oh, this fucker broke my knee!" His two boys stand up and they look like they're gonna fucking come over. What do you do?
Do they look armed?
No, they just look like brawlers. The the guy playing the guitar stops and like looks out of his little shack. He's like, "You guys probably shouldn't fuck with them." They turn around and say, "Shut up! Get back to playing." He's like, "Okay."
Also, they don't see the heavy assault rifle slung across my back?
Apparently they're not worried about it. They know that there's a no weapons discharge policy that Seamus ruthlessly employs. You gonna diplomatic your way out of this one? Talk him down? Or dance around him?
I have diplomacy.
I'm back.
Alright, what you missed real quick, Max, was Big Boy stood up, blocked Ika's path, told him to give them the tablet, and then pushed him. And then he reached for it. Ika danced out of the way. He fell down as he reached for it, smashed his knee, like shattered his knee on a table leg. His other two buddies, after he said that Ika broke his knee, the other two buddies stood up and looking like they want to fight. The guy playing the guitar said, "You probably shouldn't fuck with these guys." And that's where we're at.
That guy's right. They shouldn't have tried to fuck with us.
Just a remembrance. Seamus has a very strict no discharge of weapons inside his bar.
So we have to actually like brawl fight it out, huh?
I take a look at the guy's knee. Said, that looks pretty bad. I could fix it, but... And I look over at his buddies. You two are making me not feel like it.
He goes, "Wait. You can fix this."
Of course.
He's like, and like you can see, like it's his whole scapula is just, or not scapula, whatever the fucking knee bone's called, I can't remember, is just completely shattered. Like it's pieces. And in between like sobs and shit, he's looking up at you. He's like, really?
It's in pieces?
Like it got shattered. He's a big guy.
If need be, I could probably fix it too. What would it technically be to actually heal that? Is it just wound damage, or is he like wound effect?
It's just a level 1 trauma.
Oh, okay.
Or wait, hold on. Level 2 trauma. Because he has affected movement.
It's up to you, I guess.
You could also just dodge these guys or just get in a brawl and knock them down too.
Oh, that's also true.
You guys have strength. Because can you hear him? He sounds like he's
going all robot.
yeah, robot too. It's that Hurricane Michael. He must be DC'ing.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, disconnected and reconnected for some reason. It's now in the red again.
Sweet. Yep, you sound just fine. Alright, so what you guys doing? You got two options. You can play nice or you can play mean.
I don't know. What do you think, Maxar?
Well, you said you were gonna fix it. Like, I guess you have medical?
Yeah, I'm level 4 medical.
Oh, okay, then yeah, I'd say, like, it's, as Tim said, it's level 2 trauma, so I'll leave it up to you. Like, I could probably also try and fix it wilding, but it'd be a little costly. Also, I don't know how people would react to magic all of a sudden.
What's the roll for level 2 trauma?
Let's see. Alright. Second level trauma is TN 100.
Yeah, I could probably do that as long as I don't roll lower than 25.
If you do, you'll cause more damage to him than you might be in a fight. He's screaming in pain. His boys are closing in on you guys.
Yeah, I'll try and fix it.
Alright, he kind of waves off his goons. He's like, whoa, wait. We're going to fix it. Leave him alone. He kind of like bites down and turns his head. Nice, smashed it. Heal some scrub again. I like the EMs, man. And then give me a med check on your kit. You could see it knit itself together. You hear the bone cracking back into place. He like screams pretty loud in agony as it's pretty painful. And then he like moves his knee and touches it, and everybody's looking, and like he stands up, gives it a little hop. He's like, "Whoa, that's better than it was." He like grabs you in a bear hug. And what would you like to do?
I say to him, don't cause any trouble again, and we're good.
He like
His
squeezes.
orders.
He like squeezes. He says, "It fixed my knee." The reason it shattered is because he had prior damage to it before. Yeah. So he's like super happy. He's like, hey, he slaps you on the back. He goes, Seamus, the next round's on me and my boys. his guys sit down. He slaps you guys on the back again, sits down. He's like, ah! He's looking at it with his goons, and he's like, it says it's like new. You guys are free to go back up to your room.
Yeah, I guess we'll head up there.
Unless you want to talk to them more.
Nope, fuck them.
Alright, so you guys get to your room, which has all of your spoils and your locked chest with any other gear or whatnot that you guys want to put in there. All of your valuables. Your room is locked with, or it has a keypad. You guys can come up with whatever keypad number you want. And as you enter, everything looks the same. You guys close the door, go inside. What would you like to do while you're in there, or just start reading?
I guess I'll start by sitting down and reading the contract.
Alright. So the contract kind of introduces Mr. 9. He has no other signification other than that. Doesn't tell you what his, I guess his status, what he is, who he is. But he has influential ties to the FCB, which is the Federation Control Bureau, and the consolidated network that's within there. He's a data broker, and the request is that Mr. 9 is looking to get a prototype artificial intelligence that he designed offline. He wants you to infiltrate the FCB, procure the AI, and then destroy it. Bring back evidence of its destruction.
He wants it destroyed, huh?
Wants it destroyed. He says there's like a couple precautionary notes at the bottom of the contract. It says, do not interact with the AI. Do not give the AI any conduit to the open internet. And he said the only way to destroy it is with a particular set of explosives. He says, my guys will send those over to you in 20 hours. And then he wants you to bring back its core. That's what he wants as proof.
Like he wants a blown up AI core as the proof?
Yep.
Okay. I suppose that's doable.
All right. So there's a bunch of FCB like satellite areas in Vector that you guys can easily get to. Aha! I just killed that fucking mosquito. It's like I'm playing outside or something, man. What the fuck? The closest one is about 14 blocks away. It's kind of like a recruitment office for hiring new hires. That might be one of the better choices. Or you guys could do like freelance work and get assigned some sort of like a handler and try to infiltrate that way. But really that's kind of in your local area unless you spread out further. The options available to you guys. This is also the biggest score you've ever hit. Most of your stuff is like sub 20k amounts.
I'd imagine less than even 10k. Considering how we did 9 Christmas tree missions.
Hey, they were easy. You guys found a natural tree nursery. You're like 2k a tree? All right.
Does the contract obviously it says where the AI core is, like what building and all that. Does it say any kind of security measures?
It gives kind of a generalistic security overview. Definitely armed personnel. There are locked terminals, and then the AI room itself has its own precautions, and it just says precautions. It doesn't go into detail. building that you guys would need to infiltrate is FCB building number 1.
And that's located nearby.
Yeah, it's a few miles away. You guys are in like the data district slums kind of area.
I'll be right back so I get rid of my plate.
Seamus also said that there was another job available for you guys if you wanted to take it too. Multitasking.
We'll probably end up asking about that one too. Bareback.
Okay. Alright, I could just win AFK real quick. Any other inquiries about the contract?
So you said like we want to go to FCB Building 1. That's where the thing is. We also said one of the options for us to get to that is like get recruited at like a different place that's also FCB controlled.
Yeah, so a couple options. You guys can basically hire on as like a freelancer to the FCB, and then be given a handler, and through those means you guys should be able to infiltrate the building at some point, however you see fit. Or you can go in through the recruitment office and actually get recruited into the FCB and work from that angle.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Just doing something real quick, like. Okay, and like I mentioned, the Ica too, Max. Seamus, remember, still had one other job for you guys. Time to talk amongst yourself, figure out what you want to do.
anything, we might want to try and get more information on the FCB building that has the AI core in it.
Just by mentioning that, the contract kind of like, you see it jitter out and jitter into something else, and it shows the building in like a 3D model, and you can spin it around and look at it, touch areas, and like probe different things about it.
Ooh, that's handy.
Like there's red spots on the ground too that show like common locations of guards, and then it even shows paths and times of dates that patrols different areas. Like it's a algorithm for randomness basically, but it's dated out 30 days.
Does it list or showcase like any kind of like other security measures other than just guards, like electronic stuff?
Yeah, there's a bunch of blue pods is the best way to say it around the building. Click one of those and it shows that either it's some sort of a surveillance thing or some sort of anti-personnel non-lethal weapon.
So kind of like a beanbag launcher or something along those lines.
Yeah, something that'll disable the threat but not kill it.
Oh, would that technically be like a stunner weapon that we see in the items we can purchase?
Very much like a stunner, yeah. Amongst other things too.
Does the building itself have any kind of internal security measures, like cameras, motion sensors, security doors, crap like that?
Unfortunately, it doesn't have an internal schematic. It only has an external schematic. Like, it has the option, but when you click it, it just brings you to a blank page. Like, there's missing data on it.
So aside from the guard patrols and the non-lethal weapons, is there anything else?
It shows different points of ingress and egress based on like usage. The redder it is the more times it's used. You can see like front doors, side doors, the back entrance for like deliveries and things. The second level, there's like nooks and crannies that have crevices that lead to doors. They're like a yellow. And then on the roof, you scan to the roof. Those are like a real cool blue. Because they're super hardly ever used.
Tim, would it be suspicious if like would it be suspicious if like a ship were to fly over this building?
No,
like a no-fly area?
No, it happens all the time.
Oh, okay.
There's grav vehicles all over the place. It does have a jammer field though on the top of it, and you can see that clearly.
Jammer field?
Yeah.
Does it just jam like communications?
It jams all electronics, but it does have a frequency. If you could find that frequency, you'd be immune to it. And it looks like it only extends about 10 meters from each point of the building itself, and also vertical too.
Okay. Does the dossier say, or the contract say, where exactly the AI core is?
It does mention that it's on the second floor and in the just the most secured area. There's no like turn left and go straight and turn right instructions. It just says it's the level 3 access area, which is the most secure area.
Well, I'm thinking, while we definitely want to get a bit more information in on this building, if we needed to, I do have an idea as to getting in a bit of a forceful manner, but it would require hiring a few people to help. One of them being a computers expert to potentially hack the. Actually, temp those non-lethal things. Those are like automated.
Yeah, but not on the AI. They can be hacked.
Oh, they cannot be hacked?
No, they can. They definitely can.
Okay, sorry. I just like didn't entirely hear. So yeah, we'd want a computer person to hack the turrets. We'd need someone who could fly a small vehicle over the building and drop us in. But then the real issue is the jammer. I think knowing the frequency against it would help.
Do you mean you have to assemble a team?
Yep.
It's like Ocean 11.
Is there?
Exactly. We're gonna
Is
need
it
9 guys.
is it possible to get close enough to be able to scan that frequency?
No, it's definitely some sort of a military frequency. It's under wraps and has, checks and balances, blah blah blah. They're using the blockchain. You're gonna have to ferret it out somehow.
I'm thinking, if anything, maybe we either use one of those avenues of getting in with the FCB and digging up more information on the on this building and its security measures, and maybe a more up-to-date patrol schedule for the guards.
Yeah, we could probably do that. Also, if we could get our hands on somebody important, I have that truth serum.
Ooh,
That would also help.
that's also a good idea.
Actually, now I think of it, you could just use the grav plate to move a team up on top of the roof.
True, but if you don't disable that jammer, you're not gonna have any electronics.
Well, yeah, exactly. You still have to figure out either blowing up the jammer, which would be very obvious and give us a very short window for getting the job done, or yeah, we still need to find out the thing. That, or we go like really old school and like do some sort of stupid plan of use the non-lethal turrets to take out all the guards, and then use a physical ladder to the second floor doors.
I think if you take out all the guards, you're gonna have about the same amount of time as if you blew up the jammer.
Yeah, but then we wouldn't have all the guards to deal with.
Oh, who's to say there's not more inside though?
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's all about reducing the amount of guards. But nah, finding more information definitely better plan in the long run.
All right, so how do you guys want to do that?
Maybe before we decide, we find out what Seamus's other job is.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Okay, you guys head back downstairs.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. You guys exit your room, lock it up, head back downstairs. You can hear the guitar guy still on duty, playing a little less accurate as he's had quite a few drinks at this point. You guys turn into the main common room, and you can see the guys that previously were going to brawl with you are drunk and drinking and having fun. They raise their glasses to you when they see you, and they go, "Oi!"
Just sort of wave a little bit as you go by.
And as you guys go by, they kind of again wave to you guys. You get up to Seamus, you can see that he's doing what he does all the time, just cleaning his mugs. He looks very thrilled. He says, a clean mug. That's what my ma always taught me. People don't want to drink out of them dirty mugs, even though it gives more flavor. So,
Yeah, he totally looks thrilled.
super thrilled. Spits in the bottom of one, starts shining it. You guys sit down?
Yep.
So, what you guys think about that contract?
Certainly gonna take some planning.
He says, well, if you ever need any help, it'll cost you, but I'm here. He kind of gives that little arm roll, like kind of a elderly brother kind of thing. says, but aside from that, let's talk about your other gerb. Because they didn't take your gerb. He brings out another tablet, scrolls through it, scroll. You see a bunch of jobs, like real high paying ones too. And all within the city vector. He just scrolling right past all those things, and then he comes to a stop, and you see that it's got a $5,000 credit payout. Like, yes, this is it. Clicks it. Turns it around to you guys, and you can see it's a retrieval of a kitten.
Oh, joy.
Says that's about your
Another
guys' speed.
great quest to retrieve someone's lost kitten.
He looks at you, he goes, hey, but it pays 50% more than it did to your last Christmas tree.
Yeah, it's true.
And he goes, and it's just a wee kitten. That's an easy snatch and grab. The owner is Marybelle, age 6.
Are there any other details listed?
Nope. Just the location of where Marybelle lives.
I was gonna say, like, the fuck? This girl's 6 and she's got 5k credits to toss around for us to find her lost kitten.
It is odd, isn't it?
It's very, very suspicious.
But it's a cat for 5k, man.
It's true.
She could buy a brand new cat for probably like a tenth of that.
Shit, that's weapons and ammo for you guys right there. Granted, you did just get an advance.
It's true. Well, yeah, we might as well at least achieve something tonight. So, yeah, I guess we'll. Actually, wait. Before we take it, where does it say that she lives, and will we know that area?
She lives in the upper elite quarter next to an FCB building. So, like 7 blocks away.
What's the nearby one?
Yep. That's the recruitment one.
No. 2 birds, 1 stone. I say we take it.
Yeah.
Alright, throw your hands on the pad.
I do it.
Do it.
Ah, man. It just reminded me, Tim. There's a time in our other campaign where Robert was like, he's like, I punched the doors button because like it's like automated doors.
Yeah.
And then Matt's like, do you hit it or punch it? And then Robert like thinks for a second and he's like, nah, I punch it. And then he's like, okay, do a strength roll. Robert has like rank 4 strength.
Oof.
So he basically just crushes the button process.
That's when you say, calm down, Brick.
That's why you don't punch buttons. Alright. And Ika, you sign off too?
Yeah.
Alright, so, getting the text scrolls, standard text about you'll be waterboarded and drowned for about 30 minutes and then revived and drowned again, then death squads will kill your family, blah, 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 blah. Standard stuff.
If we fail getting a kitten.
Yeah, well, that's why you guys have 100% success rate.
It's that whole threat of death and torture and all that is what keeps us going.
Well, I mean, and the money. Because let's be honest, 5,000 to just get a kitten is pretty easy.
I'm waiting temp where it's like we find said kitten as I do air quotes, and it's gonna be like a space tiger.
Well, there's not a whole lot of information about what the kitten is.
Why do I feel like I should go out like buy like a stun baton or something just in case?
You always can. You got 7 blocks to walk, so.
Actually, how much do those cost?
They're not too pricey, I don't believe.
No, they're 8k. So I'd eat into my advance a bit.
What the hell's a stun gun under? Is it hand to hand?
Oh wait, that's stun baton.
Yeah, medium melee probably.
Small melee.
8k.
Stunner. Oh, it's just 5k. That's fine.
Well, the stun baton's 8k. Which was the stunner? Small melee?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Either way, pretty expensive.
True. I guess. How do those work? Is it basically just like if they fail the fortitude check, they're just out?
Yeah, they're stunned. I believe it's what, D4 rounds?
So I never looked, but are there like trank rounds for like actual guns to use as ammo?
I don't believe so. It's basically the stunner stuff. Let me check real quick. Oh yeah, okay. So each time they fail the stunner stuff, they are out for 5 rounds. Oh no, that's the heavy one. The stunner does it 1 round each time they're hit. And the stun baton does 2 rounds. As far as ammunition... yeah, we'll say there's trank stuff. We're gonna just follow the same line as stun, but we'll increase the duration. But it'll be twice as expensive.
There's multi-shot penalties. They don't affect your damage, do they?
No, just the hits. Yeah. Okay, so you guys have accepted a contract to go find the kitten of Marybelle. You got her address. You know where she lives. Are you guys gonna head there?
On the way, I'm gonna buy a stunner. I'll add that to my character sheet in a minute, as I'm finishing up macros.
Okay, this is updating that. Yeah, so let's get you guys as you're walking through the alleyway. Wish I could like listen to these at a lower volume. That's definitely not right. Whoa! Alright. Well, so you guys head out of Seamus's Tavern into the alleyway that you guys have seen so many times before. It's decrepit, it's sad, it's depressing, but it's your home.
Should we make a fortitude check for depression?
I think you guys are strong. You enjoy the smell of garbage and refuse and dirty humans as they walk by. You know, it's a good smell. It means you're home. It reminds you of being inside and drinking.
Just taking a large whiff, and I'm just like, ah, the smell of homelessness.
Smell of homelessness. Uh, but yeah, as you guys continue down the alley, which extends just for a very long time, you actually can follow this alley all the way to the place that you're looking at. Many stores are open, and one of the stores that you frequent often is Armiger's Weapon Shop. It's currently open.
I shall go in there.
Armiger waves to you. He's a big fat guy. He's oh, that's always good to see ya. He like comes over. He's just like grease. He's got like a shirt that's not fitting. It's just like half up. It just comes over and you can just like smell the shawarma coming off him. And he just grabs you, Max, and just gets all his man titty juices all over you. Ah, it's so good to see you. Ah, what's
Okay.
what brings you in?
I need to buy a stunner. I think it's a stunner.
Yeah.
Yes, a stunner.
He says, right away, Master Maxor. Master Aiku, what can I do for you?
I think I'm actually good on weapons right now. Might take a look at your ammo selection though.
He does a too fast of a dart of eyes for somebody his size, like to a side of a wall, and then right back to you. And he goes, you know those the special things you wanted over here.
Oh.
He kind of like looks at the rest of the customers that are in the shop, and just bellows, "Yeah, get out of the shop! It's closed!" Everybody starts running out. He shuts the door behind him, throws down the locks. He walks over to the shelf, grabs a stunner. Definitely looks like there may have been an emblem engraved on it once before, Max. But he hands it to you. He says, "For you, Master Max, it's half off."
Oh, thank you.
So stunner definitely works, but again, it looks like it's been procured through dubious means. He looks at you, Ika, kind of like grabs you by the shoulders. Come. Punches a wall. Like a pad comes out. He types some things in. Kind of looks at you and then like steps in the way. There's edges in front of you and it, and like you hear him type in more things. And then the wall like detaches and moves completely off to the side, and that's when you see his real collection of weaponry. This is all quality 4 or better weaponry inside. He walks over to one of these shelves, pulls down some ammunition, and you can see that this ammunition is explosive, but it's energy explosive with penetrators. They're actually relic ammunition.
That must be expensive.
Oh, it is. Says, hey, I know how you like the special stuff. This is pretty special. He pulls out one round, loads it into an AR, cocks it, charges it, turns around very swiftly, aims it at one of his very robust, destroyed like labor droids, pops around into it, and it just completely blows a hole about 2 feet wide through it. It also kicked him back. That's quite the punch. This is for you. I will give him to. That was a house of 50,000 sound.
Alright, and what kind of rounds are they? They're 333?
Yeah, so let's see. So they're going to be 333 explosives. And they have the penetrator relic quality to it, which means they're SP capable.
What kind of plus damage are they?
Plus 100. But having it SP and also explosive, pretty nasty. Only a D4, but the D4 costs 50k. You see sold signs on many of the other things in the shop, up on the racks and all the things that he has. Which inside here, it's immaculately clean. It's like plaid steel walls, plaid steel shelves. Like, it's beautiful in here.
Considering the job that we have to do, those might actually come in handy. Yeah, I'll take them.
Okay. Write those bad boys down and subtract the cash. It's all you.
Oh, temp. The stunner says it has a clip. Is like, can that be recharged?
Yeah.
What kind of?
Standard battery.
Oh, okay. Cool. So I already have ammo for it.
Mm-hmm. And it comes with a full charge, so you're good. Finally found some music, SFX. So, he was. One sec. Yeah, Armiger turns around to you both and says, "Is that all?" Ooh.
It is for me. Does it look Tactica?
He looks at you like you can see the greed in this guy's face.
I say to him, I think that'll do it for now, but we'll definitely be back.
You see a momentary crestfallen face, and then he gets a little angry and okay. He like brushes you guys out, shuts the thing. He says, "Well, if you need anything else, you know where to come.
Of course.
Old Armiger's always here." And then he goes back to loading calibers and making his own ammunition. Alright, so you guys are back out into the alleyway. A bunch of people are out there.
Question on those. The hit is 0, I'm guessing?
Yeah, no additional hit. It's just big damage penetrators.
And the quality? Or does that even matter for...
No quality bonus. It's a relic, but with no quality bonuses.
Ah, okay. I see. Tim, I was like wondering how you're like, if it was gonna be like a relic, like how we've been treating it with Matt's campaign, or if it was gonna be like just a custom item.
Custom item.
Because I was like, if it's a relic as like what Matt does relics, at least in terms of like most stuff, or at least with crafted stuff, it's Q8. So
Yeah, I mean, if it's
expensive.
crafted into existence like that, generally most of the time you're gonna have plus bonuses on it. But this is just a relic standard, I guess you could consider it. Not a master crafter at work. Yeah, master crafter, right? That's the tactic. Yeah.
Mythic.
Oh, mythic crafter. That's right. All right, so you guys got some new goodies. Feeling a little good, I assume. Did you guys want to just right to Maribel's house?
Might as well.
All right.
Oh, actually, before actually we do that, I just remembered. Ika, you might want to try, since you have medical, you might want to try crafting some heal hits. Because they turn out better than just the bot ones. The bot ones are pretty shit. And they're like one use. But when you craft, you actually create a D4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they get, if you have a better bonus, that helps you too.
Heel hit, huh?
Yeah, so basically if you craft your own Ica, not only will they, well, I mean, they cost the same either way, but you can create a much better version of it, and you get more of them because it creates a D4. And if you, let's say, create a quality 4, that 10 on it, that the quality 4 bonus gives you, is the AM bonus you get for the duration of the turn. So like if you smashed it onto Max and his turn was up next, he'd get plus 10 to whatever action he was doing, plus the effect.
And what's required to make these?
Basically, you just have to go to a materials shop or chemical shop, something like that. The cost is what it costs to craft it. So like a heal hit would cost you 500 in mats.
Okay.
And then there's a crafting penalty, so like if you want to make a heal hit, there's no crafting penalty, which means you can just make those for days. But like an ultra hit has a negative 75, so you would have to beat a 75, or you just wasted 30 grand.
And these heal hits, anybody can use them?
Yep. That's a great thing about them.
That's kind of nice. What's the fatigue thing listed on that? Is that the fatigue you get for crafting it?
No, that's the fatigue when you use it. So if somebody uses a heal hit, they get a minor fatigue. So that's why it also helps to have higher quality ones, like 5, 6s, things like that. Offsets the fatigue modifier. But again, the fatigue modifier only lasts for the active round too, so.
Yeah, I'll have to make some eventually.
Cool. So, heading to Maribel's house. Gonna go see a little girl about a kitty.
Yeah.
Or a little girl about her pussy.
Geez, Tom, lines like that are what gonna get you banned real quick.
I know, right? But I mean, I'm not being vulgar, it's true. Pussy is a cat. A girl's a little girl. Just saying. Twitch overlords. You gotta be vulgar where you can if you can sneak it in, man.
Yeah, no, I think you're fine as long as you don't like start talking about like the far left and how they're ruining the world.
Alright, so you guys head through the rest of this alley. Go ahead and give me some awareness checks. And I'm actually gonna roll my fuck you dice. Here we go. Looking for a 51, gentlemen. Nice, you guys took some decent awareness. You guys see a pack of 3 dudes in trench coats that have been following you out of Armiger's weapon shop. You are basically 2 blocks away from the FCB, and these guys are closing in on you. But basically what I'm saying is you see them, which means now their ambush is fucked. And they definitely look like they want to take your shit. Because you guys aren't, like, so obscured at all, right?
Did they just look like a bunch of like, no, do they look like a bunch of like street dwellers?
Yeah, they look like muggers or thugs.
Yeah, we could teach these guys a lesson.
Vector has a very loose law, or sorry, loose regulations on defending yourself. They're pretty much don't kill innocent people, and that's about it.
Oh, okay. So basically, as long as we know that they're coming at us, fair game.
I say to Maxor, or I whisper to Maxor, I should duck down the next alleyway and get ready for them.
Alright, yeah.
Okay. So you guys take a turn down a more or less empty alleyway.
Yep.
All right.
Draw my rifle.
Oh, and Temp, when I manifest a weapon, can I manifest it like you said? Like it can look anything, right? Like basically, can I make it look like a normal weapon? So then people who like wouldn't know magic won't even know it's magic.
Oh, sure, yeah. It just has to resemble a small melee weapon, whatever
Oh, okay.
small melee you want.
Yeah. I just figure it's like when it's like go time, I'll show off, and they'll be like flaming blades, but otherwise like a normal knife.
Keep it on the DL.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So you guys dip down to this passageway, and three dudes like slowly turn the corner, and are approaching you.
Well, I've got my rifle drawn and in front of me.
I'm gonna manifest weapon as my, I guess, readying action.
Okay.
If that's allowed.
You can see these two guys. They throw off their trench coats, and one's packing a submachine gun, one's packing a pistol, the other one's got a shotgun.
So you all want to turn around and walk the other way.
That
One-
macro screwed up.
The one holding the shotgun looks at you guys and goes, "Oh, we have a lot of you outsiders coming here. That's how we stay on top of this." Says, "Listen, we'll make it easy for you. Drop your gear, drop all your shit, transfer your creds over to me. We'll just let you get out of here. You can keep your stupid, miserable life."
Oh, okay, there you go. It's the stupid mods thing that messed up.
What was your TN on the blade?
So,
It's in the EM.
Oh, nice. Okay.
so we're gonna take him, Maxor.
Yeah.
All right, I shoot the one that talked.
Nice. All right. Let's get some battle.
And I'm using hollow point rounds. This will be my normal default loaded.
Hollow point rounds? Got it. Send them. Rick rolling damage out, or hits out. 2 bullets fly from your rifle. Snug deep inside him, man. That's a hit. Let's see some deeps.
Those are the locations.
All right.
The damage roll was 257.
Yeah. All right. So we're doing. Shit. Let's see. Forgot his armor. Hollow's impact, right?
Yes.
All right. And oh, there it is. 78-30. It's gonna be in his right leg and torso. He is feeling that hit as he drops to the ground. Just LCR'd like a bitch. Let's get some initiatives. Throw you guys out here real quick. Alright, you guys should have access name controlled by. Yes. Alright, this the actual skinny one. Oh, I'm in maps and objectives. Damn it.
I can't actually click on my token.
Yeah, hang on. I'm in a different layer. Alright, should be good now.
Yep.
Alright, the one with the lightning bolt in the red, he is LCR'd down, hurting. Bad. Other 2 dudes are ready to roll your face!
You might want to bring up the initiative track, Tim.
checked your roll, Max? I don't see it populated.
I hit it, and it's in the feed, but yeah, I didn't get it. I don't know. How to get... Oh, right.
Do you want
There's
the...
something you're supposed to
I don't-
add.
Yeah, I didn't have the actual
Okay, hang on, let me get it for you.
macro. I forgot there were special parts to it.
There you go, Max. Just pasted it in Discord.
Ah, yeah, I see. It's the at tracker.
Street Dog's gonna fuck you guys up! I mean, go get backers. Always root for the PCs.
Let's try this again. Does my morale bonus affect this?
Yeah. Affects damage and hit. It's a all action modifier.
Even lower roll.
Boo. No, I'll give you your first roll. This is just to make sure you're populated. So we'll get you at 90. Alright, Fat Man's up. Let's see, shotgun. Let's make sure I'm doing this right. Alright, he's using a compact submachine gun. And he's gonna shoot at you, Ica, because he just dropped his boss. So here we go. You're gonna have to give me 10 dodges if you want to skip all of those.
Wait, what?
So, you got 10 bullets coming at you.
Still one attack though, right?
It's one burst, yep. Ouch. Looks like all 10 are gonna hit. Has a 0 damage mod. Alright. What's your impact armor?
50.
Alright. All of the rounds fucking impact your armor, just plink off. You can hear them, and I mean, they're hitting you hard. They're flicking off, bouncing around, fucking deflecting into the wall beneath you. One almost hits Max in the shoulder. Just and all of them just kind of create sparks, make a very nice show. None of them do any damage. Max, you're up.
Am I within 5 meters of these guys?
Oh yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna go after Mr. Green, and I'm gonna stab him. I'm gonna stab him so hard, several times at that.
Get with the stabby stabs. It's actually the first time I ever used an NPC with a submachine gun.
That was my stab multi.
Did it feel scary at least, Ica?
Yeah, 10 shots. Like if he actually rolled like high on his damage. Although I'm guessing that has probably a negative damage modifier.
Nah, they're just complete zeros on each hit and damage. 25 caliber, pretty small. All right, you going stab on him? Your stabs hit, and that's the damage 178. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, wait. No, that's actually wrong. It's actually very, very wrong. I forgot to update.
Yeah,
something.
shouldn't
He had like a
Should be your
350
weapon
damage.
avid damage or something.
Yeah, no, it's
That should be in the extreme damage category.
yeah, no, it's because the weapon damage stat I forgot to actually update. I'm using really advanced macros this time around. So yeah, add 350 to that number, I think.
My God, you hit him 3 times for
Oh
350.
my god, 528 damage. You did massacre damage.
It's 350. Let me just double check that I'm using.
Oh my god. So his left leg is completely sheared off. You just completely just like Ginsu'd one leg right off.
Maxor stabs him and he just turns into red mist.
You hollowed him out like a pumpkin into the chest. And let's see, 90. Doesn't even matter. Oh, his left arm too. You like followed through from basically one leg to the torso. You bisected him sideways.
Took him out fucking shoulder to hip.
Yeah, pretty much exactly that. That followed the line. Just shink, and you see him. He looks at you in shock. He's just like, as his top half slowly slides off his bottom half, and he just crumples to the ground.
God, I know. Thing is, when I did all the damage numbers, I completely forgot that your skill gets added on plus average dice numbers. So yeah, that 350 turns into 500.
Yeah, 528. I mean, you're in massacre damage. That's so much damage.
And what's funny too is I was like, we should be economical with this. Let's just go with a 2x damage mod of 175 pure damage. I was being economical.
Yeah, well, I mean, you will burn through your points, so ish. I mean, it's manifested now, so you can just fucking roll.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nasty. All right, Aika, you're up. Guy just fucking shot and marred your armor. Like, it doesn't look good now.
The son of a bitch, he scratched my armor.
He did.
I'm gonna take 2 shots at him. MSP is what, -30?
2 shots. Affirmative, yes, -30.
Oh, that added. Let's change that. It added -30 to the damage as well.
That's weird. So I should add 30. So you're in like what, 216?
Yes, and also apparently my hit exploded twice.
Holy shit, yeah. So that's double damage. Wow, these guys are just so fucked. Yeah, you definitely hit him. Coming in at 432, which is also massacre damage. Where are parts of him flying off?
Oh, you know what, too? Is I rolled that first one wrong.
And that'd be a torso.
2 shots to torso, 2 shots to whatever the other one is. Because it's burst weapon and they all land in the same spot.
Yeah. Well, it's the first round of the first burst is the... If you could want to do a call shot on it anyways. So...
I didn't do a call shot.
Yeah, I know. So... I would love to see it like an anime thing where it's just like round goes out and just leaves a 6-inch diameter hole completely through him. Another round through his chest, another round through his arm, and then another round through the same arm. Just boom, 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 boom. He kind of like looks left as he's leaning over, as he completely just disintegrates into mush. Both did 50 massacre damage, killing these guys.
I guess you're using that new ammo?
No, that's my normal hollow point ammo.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Well, these guys don't have any armor.
Yeah, that's probably what's definitely doing it.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are leveled. Oh, good.
I was gonna say, I gave them their chance, too. Told them turn around and walk away.
So the other guy is still laying unconscious on the floor with your rounds through him. Remember, I could crit it on that shot though too, Max.
Oh, okay. I didn't really see it crit.
Twice.
Oh yeah, I see. So yeah, you'd get the double damage out of it. That would definitely fuck someone over.
Yeah, and with an AR, holy Christ,
Yeah, basically any of the burst weapons you crit and they're doomed.
toast. So, the two fatty brawlers, muggers, thugs, whatever, they're just pieces. One's bisected, one's blown into mincemeat. This guy is sitting with a hole through his chest and his left arm, and he's just kind of whimpering, like, please don't kill me, man. Don't kill me.
Well, should we put him out of his misery or let him go?
Do you say that to Aika?
Yeah.
Oh, he's like, just let me go. I'm gonna mess with you guys. Fuck that shit. Come on.
Tell you what, we'll let you go, but if we ever see you again, we won't be so nice.
It's just, he like coughs up blood. He's like, thanks. You guys call an ambulance?
Yeah, sure. We'll definitely get around to it. As we start walking away.
He kind of passes out.
And you know, I'll be generous just because I want to see if he ever does show up again. I'll use my my comms to call an ambulance to this area.
Oh, that's nice of you, Max.
They're gonna show up, see his two buddies, and be like, what the fuck?
No, because I want to see it's like where it's like some point where we're going to like Seamus's bar, and then we see that guy, he sees us, and then we just watch him jump out the nearest window.
He's like, fuck that! Alright, well, you guys fought off the muggers that wanted your shit. Probably taught other muggers that happened to see that slight little lesson, at least for a while. I always test you guys here and there. You guys make it to Maribel's, unaccosted, and it's definitely a more upper part of town. There's less shit around, so you definitely know that there's people with money. Make it to her doorstep. Very nice. It's a very villa-esque area. It's its own building. There's nothing on top of it. Pretty large too. Probably maybe 3,000 square feet. There's a doorbell. Do you want to punch it?
No, I shall press it
It goes.
carefully.
It plays like a little doorbell ring thing. Do 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 boo 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 boo. And you can hear some shuffling of feet on the other side of the door. Multiple locks unlock, and then like a large one just gets slided across the door. Opens, and you see a very tall man, about 7.5 feet, slender in a butler costume, very tricked out in cybernetics. Looks you guys up and down with his cybernetic eyes. He goes, yes.
Say, we're here about the contract to find a kitten?
Good, sir. Please enter. As he steps back, bows, and like pushes his hand forward, motion you guys basically to the anteroom or like just the sitting room.
The foyer?
Yes, foyer.
And we shall enter.
He says, "You can leave your weapons here with me."
Obviously I'll give him... I'm questioning whether I should give him the manifested weapon. I feel like that's something I should just, like, let people touch.
I mean, it for all intents and purposes acts like a weapon, so they wouldn't know it's anything other than just a blade, unless you choose to make it look flashy.
True. Unless he's like a magus.
Very true.
I'll hand it over. At least, like, I can always just dispel it if it gets into the wrong hands.
Aika, do you hand over your weapons?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. He looks at the blade, gets your assault rifle, looks at you, like with the eyes probing, looks down back at the blade, takes them and like holds them in one arm as he like really long strides, walks away into another room, and you can hear like a safe or something open up, and then he closes it. He comes back and he says, "Do you gentlemen want anything?"
No thanks, I'm good.
I don't need anything.
Very good. And he walks away. A few moments go by, and a small little girl you can hear just like run down the steps, just, and she like jumps onto the couch into your lap, Ika.
Hi, you must be the one with the that put out the contract?
She giggles, goes, and then like looks at you, Maxer, over, like tilts her head back while she's in Ika's arms. Says, "You look funny."
Yeah, well, you're small, so there.
She laughs at that. She like nimbly gets off you, Ika, and like jumps onto the arm of the sofa that you're on, and like stands up regally and says, "I am Princess Maribel Turcate. I hired you, so that means you work for me."
Yeah. It's kind of what contracts are all about.
Hang on one sec. She goes, "I want my kitten back. You guys have to go find her."
Can you give us a description and a last known location?
She goes, and does like a backward somersault off the sofa, and then like swiftly runs over to a computer, and like is deftly typing in like stuff, unlocking the computer and going through a search engine and pulling up a bunch of stuff and maps, and then she like pulls out a crystal and she says, "Here you go," like one arm behind the back, and hands it off to you, Ika.
Okay, I'll take a look.
So the location is an outskirt of Vector. You'd have to get some sort of transportation to get out there. The kitty is lost out there, has a tracking beacon that's currently active, and now you guys can see it with the holo projector from the crystal. The downside to its location is that it's in an area that has a lot of junkers, I guess you could pretty much call them. Scavengers, people that really are opportunistic people. It's pretty dangerous place to be.
Is there like any picture provided of the cat?
Yeah, so it's just the cat, and it's got like large bat ears, pretty silky smooth white coat. It's got 6 legs and a tail, with the tail very end of it's got a barb on it. And then like you scroll through a couple pictures, like it's glamour pictures of the cat like in a little coat, and then another picture is like a cat all curled up and with like a biscuit in it. And the next one is like the little girl like in the arms of the cat, and the cat's like 8 times her size.
Whoa, this big cat.
Big cat.
I figured this is gonna happen.
She goes, "Yeah, I want my kitty back. And you know what? If you guys get my kitty, I will do something special for you."
I ask if the cat responds to any commands or names.
She says, "Of course. Sit and eat and don't kill. And kill." She like thinks about that one for a second. Yeah, definitely kill works too. She says the cat's name is Kazu. Or Kazu, I guess you could say.
Say, very well, then we shall go find your cat for you.
She claps and jumps up and down, and then like leaps into your arms again, Ika, and she's like, "I knew you'd be my hero!" And she was super happy about it. She says, "My butler's no fun. He can accompany you guys if you want."
He might be useful.
How do you spell the cat's name?
Kazeu. It is a big cat.
Like, much bigger than a grown man.
Much. Like, you know a full-sized moose?
Yeah.
That's how big it is.
Of course, Maxor knows moose.
He does. They're constantly hitting you up for maple syrup. They're tall enough to get to your second floor, and they're like, hey, where's my syrup? Like, go away, moose!
Alright, I think we're gonna have to rent some sort of, like, truck or something to be able to bring it back.
And maybe a cage.
A little girl has a command to don't kill and kill. That's a bit much for a little girl.
Yeah. Oh, actually, Temp, while we're still there with her, can I do a Magus check to see if she's magic?
Sure. Why am I rolling so shitty?
Whoops.
Uh,
It's actually 94, but...
She has a few enchantments. Her clothing is enchanted, and her barrette is enchanted. But the whole house stinks of magic, man.
So, right, Temp in Star Wars, Jason Solo's daughter has a pet Nexu.
It's a Nexu. I don't even know what that is. I have to look it up real quick.
That is not something I would want to keep as a pet.
Oh, holy shit, that's terrifying.
Huh, but the girl herself isn't magic, though.
No. It's at that point when you're kind of like sniffing an air scent in your majory ways. The butler re-enters, and oh man, is he glowing like a motherfucker. He's definitely magical.
That's probably why he looked at the knife so much. Well, I won't say anything.
He bows to you guys and looks at the Maribel. Young miss, are you done with your meeting? And looks at him and says, yes, you may go. And then she like jumps off your lap, like runs up this halfway up the stairs and says, I want my kitty, and then runs all the way back up.
Well, I guess we'll get up and start heading out.
Are we gonna take the butler with us?
That's what I need to know, and then I think we could close out the session tonight.
I'd say yes, because he probably has ways of commanding the cat as well.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was either that or the cat was gonna eat him. I don't think the little girl's gonna mind either way.
Just as long as she gets her kitty.
Pretty much.
Get that kitty. Alright, so you guys are going to somehow procure a vehicle, go out to the outskirts. You're going to bring the butler and get the kitty back.
Yes, bring the butler, procure a vehicle, a cage as well, because, like, yeah, might as well. Like, I don't know. I just don't want to have, like, the off chance of where it's like, we get the kitty, we tell it to sit in the vehicle, and then it's like, while we're moving along, at some point, something catches its attention, and it just fucks right up.
Well, I mean, if we get something like, not like a flatbed truck, but like an enclosed truck. Kind of like a hauler or something. You know, it's a big door in the back.
Oh, yeah, we
Big
can do
U-Haul
that.
truck.
Yeah, like a U-Haul, that would work.
Actually, I wonder.
Do they have space U-Haul? I'll have to follow them up.
They have Space Haul.
Actually, I want to look at the chems real quick, because I think there might be a chem we could use to just knock it out as well.
Oh yeah, there's paralytic chems. Let me look with you.
Oh, and the other thing too is if we're gonna get a vehicle, we may need a driver, all depending on the butler's skills.
I think I could.
Well, I do have some navigation.
Oh, okay.
Let's see, poison-wise.
Oh. Cobra's... Oh, it's Cobra's Laugh. Full body paralytic, non-lethal.
Yeah, unconscious condition. Takes 5 minutes to take effect, but lasts for 5 hours. That'd be perfect.
Yeah. Although... it costs 5k.
You guys do have money. Look at the
We
crafting,
do.
though.
It's just it's hilarious though that that
It
this
costs as
job's
much
gonna
as the
cost
payout.
more than its return.
Yeah, she did say that she was going to do something special for you guys if you brought the kitty back.
Oh yeah, no. I'm pretty sure
Probably
her
have her
favor
try
is
and
gonna
eat us.
yeah, right.
I still think, Temp, you need to make a poison AoE grenade called the Cobra Wipe.
I do need to do that. Actually, I'm going to put that in my to-do list.
I noticed looking at my archived character sheet. It's still one of my goals for Sour Breeze campaign. Is to make the Cobra Wipe.
Yeah, I still want to play that campaign. We just have to, it's difficult because if we do it on the weekends, I can't play, and if we do it on Friday, I basically have to take a day off. That's difficult from time to time.
The other thing too is like as long as people don't mind, like individuals don't mind, we could always do like parties of 3 out of 4, I think. Right?
My schedule has changed recently. I haven't been closing as much on Saturdays.
Oh, really?
So if that keeps up, we might be able to do it on Saturday.
Fuck yeah! I mean, that would be sweet because I put a lot of effort into the Sour Breeze, so I definitely want you guys to experience it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And then also, I get to see more of your crafting stuff too, Max, which is cool.
Yep.
Okie dokie. So we got everything updated. You guys are on track. Let's do experience real quick. Should be pretty easy.
Man, though, that one combat that we had, those guys got so fucked.
They did get just wrecked. I'm pretty impressed at Pyromancy level 8, how lethal it is.
Oh yeah. Well, I think it's mainly because I mastered it, right? So like, as long as you master it, like your weapon can have a shit ton of damage on it. And at that point, like, the only point in having the weapon skill itself upped is for all its bonuses. That's why I at least made sure I got the 50% off on the MSP for some melee.
Yeah, it's a good build. Definitely lethal in combat. Those guys should not have engaged you.
Yeah.
You did say you called the medical for that guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why they didn't listen to me. I mean, Maxer and I are both wearing armor. I was wielding a rather large assault rifle.
Yeah, but think about it from their perspective. Like, you can still have that stuff and be level 1 and all of the skills relevant. Not do that much damage. Alright, so let's see. Hours. We started. I'll say we started at 8. Okay. Got the plot mover right away. Alright, any discovery boons you guys think are noteworthy?
We discovered that this not necessarily this little girl, but like her family themselves seem to have like ties to magic, or at least maybe just Yeah, actually, definitely the family as well, because her clothing's all enchanted.
Mhm.
And we definitely know the butler's magic. He's very magic.
Yep, did
Um,
discover that.
we discovered you can have very, very large kitties, as I do air quotes. I'm not sure if you'd count that.
Exotic pets in the city.
Yeah, exotic pets. There we
All right, I'll give you guys a small one for that.
go. Oh, we discovered the big ass freaking contract to blow up the AI core.
Hmm.
Probable rogue AI core. We also discovered that that merchant has an alternate stock of goods.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good one.
And he gets to be a really grouchy motherfucker when you don't need anything else from him.
He wants you guys to unload all your new cash.
How does he know we have all that cash, huh?
Oh, he doesn't, but you guys always buy from him, so it's like because it's right next to your place.
Hmm.
It's like a common business thing.
I think do we even get the names of those three fuckers who tried to fight us in the bar?
No, but they are still there. You can always go actually talk to them because you guys basically were just trying to get past them. They wouldn't let you, and then you guys were like, well, I could just dodged, and he fucked his knee up, and then you guys healed him up and just were like,
Yeah.
fuck off.
He went to grab for the tablet, and I just acrobatics out of the way.
And he already had level 1 trauma to his knee. Alright, and then which one of you guys are taking the MVIP?
Hmm. You technically, I think you have to coin flip it
Alright, well, we'll just do that, because
Yeah.
that's going to be easier.
because we can't vote for ourselves, so
Right.
like it's a vote for each other.
Alright, Ika, you're 49 below. Max, you're 51 and above.
And if it lands on 50, we both get it?
Yep. If it lands on 50, you both get it. That sounds good to me.
That just reminds me of Bromwell High, where it's just like they do a coin toss. This one girl's like, I think it'll land on its side, and it actually does.
Alright, so that is Ika. Alright, base is 1520. Update accordingly.
Wait, how much was it again?
1,520. I was speaking of experience. I was noticing in Matt's campaigns with you guys, like you guys are accelerating levels super fast. What's
Keep in mind, one of them picked up intelligence and both experience tactics.
okay? But him aside, are you guys averaging like 2-3 levels a session?
Not always, but yes.
But and this is in the teens. You're doing that?
Yeah, actually. Well, the thing is, okay, I'm trying to think because Robert's on a new character now, and he only went up a level and a half last session because he doesn't have any experience boosting. I've been going up like at least 2 levels now, even though I'm getting like a little under what would be required for 2 levels, um, because they keep giving me MVP.
Oh, okay.
And we had like the last session I remember, we actually did do a lot. Like we actually we dealt with like Matt's apocalypse scenario and we left. And we ended up like getting a bunch of NPCs with us.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it can't be done because I mean, if you guys are rolling through the story, you're doing plot movers all over the place,
Yeah.
and those are hefty. Not to mention player objectives are 350.
I know Matt isn't like tossing us any extra XP. Like it's purely based off of your chart. I think if anything, it's just since we have a large group, we have a good good collaborative base for just like getting discovery boons out of Matt all the time.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like I think our lowest session in terms of XP gain was like 700. And that was like one where it's like, yeah, it was a session that like literally almost nothing really happened.
It's pretty much just our gameplays or time. Yeah.
Well, the other thing too is all of our sessions for the past couple of weeks now, they've been long, like really long. We've been doing 6 hours plus.
Oh wow.
Because like we go to Ken's restaurant and we end up eating there. And then also me and Robert sometimes fudge the time by adding in the hour we eat. Don't tell Matt though. But no, like we actually have been playing like easy like 5-6 hour games.
Yeah, that's cool. I just wanted to check in with you, make sure that like was working, and you guys feel it's appropriate.
I do feel like, if anything, like we are fairly high level for only now having left like what we call Noob Planet. But thing is though, like once everyone hits the 20s, it's gonna grind to a halt for sure.
Yeah, it typically does, because the XP stays pretty strong. I mean, super fast through 1 through 10, and the teens are like average pace, I guess, what you'd expect most of the time.
Yeah, and I think the other thing too is, I think partly how Matt runs his campaign is that he doesn't necessarily like to entirely leave events up to the player's hands. Like, so like when we do our games, we do waste a lot of time in like deliberation and stuff, and that ends up slowing down the progression of the story. With Matt, it's like for every couple minutes we waste deliberating, he starts rolling die and starts triggering events if they, end up within their target numbers.
Yeah, you kind of have to do that when you got a big group like yours.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
I know we can take a while.
If you spend too much time deliberating things between 2 to 3 people when you got a 5-person group, you have to take the reins more as the GM instead of giving agencies directly to the players.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of why, like now, especially with the last like 4 or 5 sessions, like, well, I'm considered like the party leader at this point.
Yeah.
Fucking crafter. But yeah, I basically just take charge and I try and make really decisive decisions quickly, um, or like as quickly as possible. Like usually my goal is to come up with a game plan before Matt even rolls one set of die, which is usually within like 5-10 minutes.
A temp real quick. MVP is what, 300?
500.
500.
Yep. 350 is player objectives. Speaking of, anything to write down on your character sheet for objectives at this point? I would think there would probably be some. Finishing Mr. Nine's quest can be an objective. I'll just throw that out there too.
Yeah, I was thinking
That is a party objective.
Yeah, that is a party one.
I'm guessing also another party one would probably be to pay back whatever debt we owe to the bar owner.
Yeah, to Seamus, yeah.
What kind of...
Oh, you go.
I was going to say, what kind of overall tech are we looking at here? I mean, is this like space age?
Yeah. Yeah, this is it's a Federation world, but this is like kind of left to its own devices. There is a Federation presence here. The further you go into Vector, there's Federation. The Federation runs the police here and all that jazz. But it's like Chicago and like the suburbs of New York. Like it's just they kind of leave them alone to their own devices. They mess with the people and the inhabitants if they have to. And tech level is definitely available, like you saw with Amiga's shop. You can get pretty much anything you want anytime. It costs you dearly. Spaceships do come and go in Vector. There's a spaceport, but we haven't even gotten close to even touching that yet. If at all.
Federation space is the one where it's mages are allowed, but as long as you aren't going like on a power trip trying to kill everyone, right?
Basically, mages are allowed to live, thrive, and be a citizen as a normal citizen, so long as you don't use your powers for monetary gain or physical assaulting or like abuse and things like that. Those are the big ones that they'll zone in on you and send mage shutters.
So wait, am I already breaking that law?
Technically, yes, yes.
Oh.
But, I mean, somebody would have to witness it. They'd have to report you. They'd have to go through the legislation. They'd have to somehow find you and then send the mage hunters after you.
Hmm. At least if that happened, you can be sure I would not pull a Robert and just let them shoot me. I'd probably take a few with me.
I I don't know. Like, even when I made a character in like D&D and I didn't like it, dude, I played it till its bitter end, as I do with all characters I play, because I feel like they're my responsibility.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing with that. Yeah, I just don't know. The other thing too, though, is we were playing summoning a little wrong though, because his summons were coming out a little too strong.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured after talking to you about that about a month ago or whatever it was.
Yeah. But even still, like from remembering as to like what he did achieve, he still would have had enough AP to do all of that. It just he would end up being drained more days.
hmm And the draining of the AP, because summoners are super powerful, but they blow through their AP like it's just going out of style.
Yeah.
That's their vulnerability, is they don't have sustain, really.
Well, yeah, and that's why, like, in a lot of cases, he usually only like summoned stuff in for one turn, or heavily relied on his parrot, which was Master Wilding. Which, like, I find that is the best call to do as a summoner is make your familiar like a mage as well. Like, have them take on one of the mage trees, because it's just so freaking powerful to have another master at something with you.
hmm Definitely. It's like having it's like one player, two mages. Well, what do you guys think about the introduction into Vector and your shop and stuff?
It's interesting. I like it.
Cool. How about you, Aika?
Yeah, I like it.
Got a lot of hidden surprises and stuff to play through. It'll be fun. And like I said, lots of opportunities to get NPCs either permanently or temporarily into your party. Um, like the butler, for instance.
Aw, man. Now we gotta turn this into a BioWare game. It's all about getting those companions.
You mean Sakuden? Get them 108 companions.
Are we gonna have to? Are we gonna have to do the loyalty missions so they survive the final encounter?
Yeah. You're gonna have to sit down and play mini games with them so that they love you more. All right. So, what did you guys leveled, right?
Yes.
Yep.
I didn't really spend any of my SP, but I only went up one level anyways.
Oh, that's right.
I didn't spend anything either.
Ika went to 10. Where are you guys keeping track of your? Oh, at the bottom, huh?
Yeah, it's all the way at the bottom because the importing thing screws up.
Right.
I also have the original Word document I used open at the same time, and I'm doing both.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I've just been filling in the original and then copying it over.
Probably does make it easier. Ika, between now and the next time we play, if you want to do any roles for medical crafting, you can do whatever you'd like.
Okay.
It's pretty simple to do crafting. It's literally like, especially for you since it's just gonna be medical, it's like dice plus skill equals outcome.
Yeah, minus whatever the crafting for the chem is.
Yeah. If the chem has a minus whatever effect on it, then yeah, you also apply that. But if you're just making like the standard heal hits, it's at a 0, so you don't have to worry.
And having something that just takes an action to activate is pretty sweet.
Yeah, although the one thing I don't like about heal hits now is the fatigue. It's dang fatigues.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's quality 4, that completely erases that. Right? Or wait, it's minor 30, I can't remember.
No, minor's 10 now. Remember? You made it 10, they stack, or it's 20 or something like that.
Oh, right,
That's
right,
all.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But oh, I didn't realize that's how the quality worked. You made it sound like the quality just gave you like a buff, but you still got the fatigues at the same time.
Technically, you do. So like you pop the heal hit, it'll give you a minor fatigue. But if it's quality 4 or better, let's just say it's quality 4, you get a plus 10. So it's a moot. Nothing happens, and it's only for one round,
So
anyways.
if it was a
Oh,
Q7, would you get a plus? Is that 125?
oh, the fatigue's
Yeah,
only for one round?
yeah. The fatigue's only for one round.
Fuck, we've been doing them wrong in the other group. I thought they counted as normal minor fatigues. So then like they're with you until you rest those, or they get healed off you, or whatever.
Nope.
So like,
It's only on your next action.
ah, damn it. Okay, that's good to know.
Is that
Because
not?
I was fucked over so much.
Let's see. Craft.
Because Beej kept hitting me with them. And I'm like, damn it, Beej. Like, right when we rest, you then hit me with another one. Now I'm back up another minus 10.
Oh, okay. It's.
40.
I can see how you guys. You assumed logically to do it that way because we didn't list it in the Kim's information that it only is for the next active round.
Okay.
So basically you're going to have that minor fatigue whenever it's your turn next.
Okay. That makes them a lot more worth using and not as stupid sounding now.
Yeah,
So like, this would be stupid to try and heal yourself out of combat because you'd still just be acquiring fatigues you can't get rid of.
yeah. With how much they cost, we wanted to make it more approachable for people to actually have it in their kit. So that's why we only did it for one round.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense too. That's good. I'll have to remember that for Tuesday.
But realize too that the AMs work just the same way as the fatigue. It's only for the next active turn. Just didn't want you to get confused on that. All right, cool. Well, that was fun. We can do these more often. I mean, especially if I'm out, I get home at 9 or 10. If you guys want to do 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah. I look
Whenevs.
forward to stabbing more things.
Yeah, I definitely want to see you up against like more potent adversary than just some street thugs.
Temp, does that mean that someone will actually be using the energy armor for once?
Only if it like there's a reason for them to have it. You know how I make my games. Like I'm not just gonna make an enemy that's like, oh, super energy resistant just because there's a fucking pyro psycho. But no, if there's reason for it, yeah.